Hello guys, this is V Media. Hope you all are doing very well. We would like you to kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed and also turn on the notification bell just so you are notified when we upload any video. If you feel like you can also give this video a thumbs up. The news. Osun election. Thank God for BVAS. The election petition of the All Progressive Congress and its candidate, Governor Oyetala, is not having a life of his own because grants pleaded by them now appear unassailable for the respondents to vitiate. The latest in the replies to the petition is that of candidate of PDP, Adeleke. I read how Adeleke struggles to prove a point in his hopeless defense against an allegation that election results were manipulated to favor him. Recall that the petitioners, APC and Oyetala, on 29 July 2022, 13 days after the election was conducted, obtained from the first respondent, Independent National Electoral Commission, a certified true copy of Bimodal Voter Accreditation System (BVAS), an electronic device designed to read permanent voters' cards (PVCs) and authenticate reports of the election, where they identified overvoting in 749 polling units. The petitioners were shocked to learn that INEC, many days after it issued them the C2C of the BVAS reports and against known standards, issued a sharply different C2C of BVAS reports to Adeleke. The believed INEC, under the law, cannot deny the correctness of the contents of the documents it previously issued to them. It is this allegation, among others in the petition, Adeleke labeled to rationalize in his reply filed September 12 at the tribunal. In one breath, he agrees that BVAS is mandatory in the conduct of the election. In another breath, he wants the tribunal to discountenance the claim of the petitioners as to non-compliance to rules guiding the use of the device. He holds that INEC staff and agents deployed on the election day made mistakes by failing to upload appropriately records of voters as mandated by the extant laws. But he opines it is not the intent of the Electoral Act 2022 to penalize a person whose election is questioned by inaction or mistake of the agents of the first respondents, INEC, in not properly reflecting or uploading that data duly captured in the BVAS used for an election. Let me also quote from his ridiculous defense in relation to the foregoing. BVAS is a technology implement which works effectively upon instant availability of network at the point of upload of the captured information by the device, where the accreditation captured in the machines are not fully uploaded. The database of the first respondents can't be a conclusive reflection of the number accredited voters. Please, if you're here for the first time, please kindly give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Where the battery of the device is discharged, it affirms further the information may only be uploaded when it is recharged. Thus, data not instantly transmitted or uploaded as a result of unavailability of network or the disposition of the presiding officer remain in the BVAS machine and may still eventually be uploaded. Here, Adeleke attempts to explain away the inability of the electoral body to upload voters' data in 749 polling units on the failure of network. To him, technical and mechanical issues were responsible for incomplete loading of results to the BVAS machines. How disingenuous could this claim be? How on the same day could INEC results viewing device, IROAV device, equally integrated to the BVAS machine, function effectively for the upload of statements of results of poll from polling units, where different devices deployed for this purpose? Elsewhere in the reply, Adeleke pleads that the legitimate vote cast after valid accreditation cannot be voided by reason of the allegation that few votes in excess of the reflected numbers, even on the BVAS, were recorded in the result sheet. He avers that it is the responsibility of APC and Oyetala to ascertain the votes which qualify as unlawful and cast by persons who were not duly accredited to vote, because the Electoral Act 2022 does not contemplate the voiding and deductions of votes validity cast by duly accredited voters. The high point of Adeleke's claim is where he maintains that where overvoting occurs in particular polling units by a few voters, rather than voiding multiple valid votes duly cast by accredited voters and duly captured in the BVAS machines and reports, the most that can validly and eventually be done after declaration at the election is to void the extra votes and subtract the few votes from the total score of a candidate with the majority of votes in a particular unit. Is this claim not a confirmation that election in the controversial polling units, as strongly held by the petitioners, was fraught with overvoting? Is the respondent inadvertently not saying that if the tribunal should deduct votes in some units where he and his party rigged, they will still have won the contest? Are tenable under the law is his position that irregular votes should be scavenged and isolated from the main votes? Is there any provision in the Electoral Act that excuses overvoting? Let's turn to Section 51(2) of the Electoral Act 2022 for explanation. Where the number of votes cast at an election in any polling units exceeds the number of accredited voters in that polling unit, the presiding officer shall cancel the result of the election in that polling unit. Emphasis mine. Does the above clause contemplate extra and tainted votes be subtracted from the total score? Does the Electoral Act embolden the petitioners to shop for unlawful votes cast by persons not duly accredited to vote? The tribunal in the days to come will no doubt provide the needed answers to the concerns.